Welcome back to the channel, Coins Buyers, and thank you for tuning in to another exciting deep dive into the world of rare and valuable US coins, where small pieces of metal can turn into life-changing discoveries. And today we're exploring the fascinating story behind the 1959 D. Roosevelt Liberty coin. A coin with a face value of just 1 cent according to many collectors' misunderstandings, but actually tied to the Roosevelt dime series, yet popularly discussed for its extraordinary error. Related possibilities that make some examples theoretically worth as much as $8.3 million, transforming an ordinary-looking circulated coin into a treasure that every viewer should know about because one simple mint mistake can elevate its value from pocket change to priceless rarity. And this happens when the coin bears unusual die varieties, minting mishaps, or mismatched mint marks that were never meant to exist, causing collectors to view these pieces as historic anomalies with enormous financial and numismatic appeal. And when you consider the 1959 production period at the Denver Mint, a time when die replacement was frequent and high-speed mass production sometimes allowed small but critical oversights, the potential for dramatic errors becomes more believable, especially since the Roosevelt dime series has known issues with doubled dies, repunched mint marks, misaligned dies, off-center strikes, and transitional anomalies that escape the mint's quality control checks. And in the case of a hypothetical or extremely rare 1959 D example tied to cent planchet mistakes, mismatched metal compositions, or the discovery of an experimental strike that should not exist, collectors begin speculating on astronomical prices because such a coin would be considered a once-in-a-century numismatic miracle. And the market value skyrockets when a coin presents a combination of mystery, rarity, and undeniable mint error authenticity, with collectors, auctioneers, and investors competing aggressively to own a piece of American minting history that defies standard production logic. And while most 1959 D. Roosevelt coins found in everyday circulation are worth face value or slightly more depending on condition, the extremely rare versions with dramatic mistakes, such as major die breaks, missing details, ghost impressions from previously used dies, or an incorrect mint mark that suggests it was mistakenly handled between different mint facilities, are the ones that ignite million-dollar discussions, because such errors represent a failure so significant that their survival is almost impossible, making any verified example incredibly valuable. And what adds even more intrigue to this coin is the constant chatter in collector communities about the possibility of a mule error, where a coin is struck using mismatched obverse and reverse dies from different denominations or different years, and if such a mule involving a 1959 D. Roosevelt design and a 1 cent planchet were ever authenticated, the numismatic world would explode with interest, pushing bids into multi-million-dollar territory due to its absolute uniqueness. And that is why collectors carefully inspect the date, mint mark, metal composition, lettering alignment, edge texture, rim thickness, and any unusual patterns in the fields of the coin. Because even the tiniest deviation from the standard minting process can indicate something far more significant than simple wear, and as stories circulate about coins selling privately for unimaginable amounts, more people begin checking their change jars, old coin albums, and inherited collections just in case they have unknowingly been sitting on a rare mint anomaly capable of generating life-changing wealth, reinforcing the idea that mistakes at the mint, while rare, can be incredibly profitable for the lucky individual who finds one. And although not every 1959 D. Roosevelt coin will hold tremendous value, the thrill of the possibility keeps the hunt alive and fuels the excitement of every new collector, reminding us that even the most ordinary-looking coin can be a hidden treasure if it carries the right combination of rarity, mystery, and undeniable minting error evidence. And that is the beauty of numismatics. It transforms everyday objects into extraordinary discoveries, making each viewer wonder whether their next coin find could be the one that jumps from a simple face value to a staggering $8.3 million. Proving once again that the smallest details can make the biggest difference in the world of collectible coins. We dive into another exciting discovery from the world of rare and valuable coins, where tiny details can turn an ordinary piece of change into something worth a life-changing amount of money. And today we're talking about the fascinating 2006 Roosevelt 1 cent Liberty coin that has reportedly reached unbelievable values like $9.6 million due to extraordinary minting mistakes, rare errors, and unusual characteristics that set it apart from normal circulation pieces, transforming a simple 1-cent coin into an unbelievable treasure. The story of this coin begins with the idea that coin collectors, experts, and enthusiasts are always on the lookout for mint errors that stand out from the usual production, and the 2006 Roosevelt coin is no exception because this rare specimen is believed to feature a combination of striking anomalies, such as an incorrect mint mark, die misalignment, double-struck impressions, planchet defects, and even broad strike or off-center errors, which all contribute to raising its value far beyond its regular face worth. And what makes this coin particularly intriguing is the confusion that arises from the year and design, as Roosevelt is traditionally found on the dime rather than a 1-cent denomination, suggesting that a once-in-a-lifetime minting mistake may have caused the wrong design to be struck on the wrong denomination planchet, making it incredibly rare and driving collectors into a frenzy because such hybrid errors practically never escape the mint without immediate detection. Furthermore, experts believe that the specimen rumored to be worth $9.6 million might include a combination of a double die verse, where the lettering of the word Liberty, the date 2006, and possibly even Roosevelt's profile show doubled impressions clearly visible under magnification, along with a dramatic mint mark error where the expected letter is either missing, misplaced, or replaced with an unusual or impossible mint mark, such as AP, appearing on a coin that should have been struck elsewhere, or no mint mark appearing at all, and the combination of these factors creates an incredibly desirable and almost mythical piece that collectors dream of finding in their pocket change. Some speculations also suggest that the coin could have been struck on a transitional planchet, meaning it might have been created using leftover metal stock from a previous year's composition or struck on the wrong metal entirely, and such mistakes, although extremely rare, have occurred in the past and are known to command astronomical values at auctions due to their uniqueness. And when you add the possibility of a dramatic off-center strike, creating a coin where the central design is shifted significantly to one side while maintaining a full date and partial rim, the rarity multiplies even more, making the coin not just a curiosity but a once-in-existence masterpiece of minting error history. The combination of these potential mistakes, including a mishub die, clipped planchet, broad strike error, or even an edge design anomaly, all play into the reason why this supposed 2006 Roosevelt Liberty cent is said to have reached millions in value, and whether the $9.6 million figure is the result of private collectors bidding against each other or the result of a specialized auction. What truly matters is that coins like this remind us why error coin collecting is so thrilling, because the hunt for these unusual pieces continues to spark excitement around the world, and anyone watching this video could be the next lucky person to discover one of these incredible treasures sitting unnoticed in a coin jar or tucked away in old pocket change. So as we explore the possibilities behind this coin's astonishing value, keep in mind that what elevates a coin to such heights is not just its metal content or its face value, but the extraordinary and unintentional mistakes that occur during the minting process, mistakes that slip past machinery, inspections, and packaging and end up in the hands of the public where they become legendary finds. And this 2006 Roosevelt Liberty cent story serves as a reminder that every coin has a story, every coin has potential, and sometimes the smallest details can lead to the biggest rewards. So keep watching, keep searching, and keep learning, because the world of rare coins is full of surprises. And one unusual mint error could turn an ordinary day into a moment you'll never forget. World of coin collecting. The story of the 2010 D. Roosevelt 1-cent coin, a tiny piece of copper-plated zinc with a face value of just 1 cent, yet rumored in rare cases to be worth as much as $7.3 million due to extraordinary minting errors, unusual production mistakes, and extremely rare mint mark anomalies that set it apart from ordinary circulation coins. The idea that a modern 1-cent coin could hold such staggering value might sound impossible at first, but in the world of numismatics, the unexpected often becomes reality when a coin escapes the U.S. Mint with a combination of errors so dramatic, so unusual, or so visually striking that collectors all over the world compete to own it. pushing its price into a range few would ever imagine for a coin produced in recent years. With the 2010 D Roosevelt coin, the unbelievable value comes not from its metal content or its age, but from the rare possibilities of double strike mistakes, broad strike misalignments, off-center striking, die clash marks, missing mint marks, overpunched mint marks, or planchet defects that dramatically change the appearance and rarity of the coin. These errors can turn an ordinary penny into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure, because serious collectors are always on the lookout for coins that tell a story of something going wrong deep inside the minting machinery, something that wasn't caught by inspectors and somehow slipped into circulation, becoming a historical anomaly. A 2010 D penny with extreme off-center errors, for example, where a large portion of the design is missing or shifted, can instantly multiply its value. Likewise, a coin struck on the wrong planchet, such as a cent accidentally struck on a dime planchet or another foreign blank, becomes incredibly valuable because it displays features that should never coexist on the same coin. Some collectors have also discussed the possibility of a 2010 D Lincoln cent with a missing mint mark or even a mint mark punched in the wrong position, something that, while incredibly rare in modern minting processes, is still possible under very unusual circumstances like die replacement errors or mistakes in the early die preparation stages. Even a dramatic die crack, sometimes called a cud, can raise the value of a coin from a penny to thousands of dollars. And when these errors appear in extreme form, with metal swelling or broken edges, collectors consider them treasures because they document a precise moment when the die physically failed. Now, you might wonder how such a coin could ever reach a value said to be around $7.3 million, and while not every era coin comes close to that level, certain extremely rare 1-cent errors have reached record auction prices when they are unique, visually dramatic, and tied to a well-documented minting mistake. It's the combination of rarity, collector demand, media attention, and the story behind the coin that sends the value skyrocketing, because serious numismatists understand that when a modern coin displays an error so impossible that it may be the only one of its kind in existence, the price becomes limited only by what the highest bidder is willing to pay. In the case of the 2010 D Roosevelt 1-cent coin, the rumored multimillion-dollar value comes from the possibility of a never-before-seen extreme mint error, something like a full double denomination strike, a wildly misaligned die causing a complete design shift, or a mint mark mistake so dramatic that it challenges everything we know about modern minting precision. These types of errors are practically impossible to produce today, which makes them even more valuable when they do occur. Collectors love the thrill of discovering what no one else has found before, and that's what makes searching your pocket change so exciting. Every time you look through your coins, you could be holding a piece of metal worth far more than its face value, a piece that slipped through the cracks at the US Mint and has been unknowingly passed from person to person until someone finally recognizes its rarity. So as we break down the value behind the 2010 D Roosevelt penny and explore the incredible range of possible errors that could make it worth millions, remember that the next valuable find might be sitting right in your pocket, your coin jar, or a handful of change you received today. Keep searching, stay curious, and who knows, you might just uncover the next multimillion-dollar error hiding in plain sight.